Hey guys, so today I have swatches of the KBShimmer Fall 2016 collection. These are going to be available on the KBShimmer website, which I will link down below, on August 19th. There are 12 polishes in this collection, and I will get into the swatches. So the first polish is called Sweet Devotion, and this is a white crelly base with orange, blue, green, gold, and red metallic glitters. There are smaller hexes, really fine glitters, and little itty bitty tiny bar glitters. So here is one coat. This is a crelly, so it is pretty sheer on the first coat. These usually take 2 to 3 coats to build up, but I haven't had the bottle sitting upside down or anything at all, and I'm getting a good amount of glitter out. Great formula on this one. You do have to do a little bit of manipulation to evenly spread out that glitter, and it can run down the sides a little tiny bit. Not bad though, not enough to make a mess, just enough to pool there a little bit. So here's 2 coats. So this one is starting to build up into, if you're not super picky, you might be good with this one, into, I'm going to do a third though. I do feel like I have, it's a little bit too light in spots because this has larger, not super large, but larger glitter in it. It is going to dry a little bit uneven, so you will want a top coat to smooth it out. So here's 3 coats. And this one does cover completely in 3. And because of that glitter, it is going to be a little bit difficult to remove. You are going to have to use a little bit more, I guess, pressure or force to get some of those glitters kind of dislodged from the nail. They tend to hang on really well. So there is 3 coats of Sweet Devotion. The next polish is called Tears of Joy, and this is a light nude crelly base with gold and light pink holographic micro glitter. So here's 1 coat. This one covers pretty well on the first coat. It's still a bit sheer. It doesn't seem to have as much glitter on the nail because the glitter is so much smaller. It's a lot more subtle of a look. Formula feels good, about the same as the last one. It can run a little bit if you put on too thick of a coat, but not terribly. And it doesn't take quite as much manipulation for this glitter because it is so much smaller. So here's 2 coats. So this one covers pretty well for me in 2 coats. I don't really think I need to do a third with this one. This is another one that will dry a little bit textured because of the glitter and might be a little bit difficult to remove. So you definitely will want a top coat and maybe a peel-off base coat if you don't want to have to scrub off that glitter. So there is 2 coats of Tears of Joy. The next polish is called Sage It Ain't So, and this is a light green crelly base with some peach, some light purple, and I think some silver glitters in there, some holographic, some metallic, and a bunch of different sizes. So here's 1 coat. This one is also a bit sheer on the first coat. It does take some manipulation to spread those glitters out evenly, especially those large ones, because they don't really want to stay on the nail. They'd rather stick to the brush. Same formula as the other crellies. Easy enough to work with, but they can pool up on the sides of the nail if you put too thick of a coat on. So here's 2 coats. This one builds up really nicely between the first and second coat, but I do still have some lighter spots, so I'm going to do a third. This, just like the other ones, will dry a little bit textured because it does have glitter in it, and it will be a little bit harder to remove. So here is 3 coats, and this one covers completely in 3. It doesn't seem to have quite as much glitter as Sweet Devotion did, so it doesn't stand out as much against that base. It's considerably more subtle. And again, you will want top coat for this because once everything dries, that glitter is going to stand up above that base. So there is 3 coats of Sage It Ain't So. The next polish is called Little Boy Hue, and this is a light blue cream. So here's 1 coat. So this one covers pretty well on the first coat. It's not a 1-coater. There are still a few streaks in it, but it does cover really well, really close to 1 coat. The formula is absolutely perfect, like the perfect cream formula. So here's 2 coats, and 2 coats covers this one completely. And like I said, perfect smooth formula, and it dries really shiny as well. So there is 2 coats of Little Boy Hue. The next polish is called The Best Mom Ever, and this is a purpley blue base with little pink flakies in it. So here's 1 coat, and this one is pretty sheer on the first coat. Formula is pretty good though, and those flakies do look like they're going to stand out nicely. So here's 2 coats. And for as sheer as this one was on the first coat, it actually builds up completely for me on the second. Though I can see where this one could be a 3-coater for some people, depending on how you apply it. So there is 2 coats of the Best Mom Ever. So the next polish is called Grin and Gerber It, and this is a kind of raspberry cream color. So here is 1 coat. This one is so close to being a 1-coater. I keep like staring at it and trying to decide if I can say that it's a 1-coater. I still think it does need 2 though, because I can make out my nail line just a tiny bit. And like little Boy Hue, this has an amazing, perfect, smooth formula. It levels out really well. It's really easy to control. It's just absolutely perfect. So here is 2 coats. And this one does cover completely in 2, but I think it was nearly opaque in 1. I think a lot of people would probably be able to get away with 1 if they wanted to. And these creams also dry super shiny. So there is 2 coats of Grin and Gerber It. The next polish is called Poppy Kisses, and this is an orangey red holographic. So here is 1 coat. And this one covers really well on the first coat, but it is still a little bit sheer. I can see my nail line. It covers evenly, I guess, but it's a little bit sheer. Fantastic formula on this one as well. So here is 2 coats. And this one deepens up a little bit on the second coat, but it does cover that nail line completely. This has a nice strong holographic on it, and it dries pretty shiny as well. The holographic definitely gets a lot stronger after it's completely dry than it looks when it's wet. So there is 2 coats of Poppy Kisses. The next polish is called Orchidding Me, and this is a vampy purple holographic. So here's 1 coat. So this one covers decently on the first coat. You can still see through it a bit, so it is going to need 2. Same great formula as the other holographic. KBShimmer's holographics and creams especially like pretty much apply themselves. They always have fantastic formulas with those 2 finishes. So here is 2 coats. So 2 coats does deepen the color and it covers completely. This is another one that has a nice strong holographic, and it does dry really shiny as well. So there is 2 coats of Orchidding Me. The next polish is called Oh My Ganache, and this is a deep, dark, chocolate brown holographic. So here's 1 coat. This one is a little bit sheer still on the first coat. It's definitely lighter than it should be compared to what's in the bottle. Fantastic formula on this one as well. So here's 2 coats. And this one covers completely in 2 and gets much darker. Again, very strong holographic, and it does dry pretty shiny on its own. So there is 2 coats of Oh My Ganache. So the next polish is called Fright This Way, and this is a black jelly base with purple metallic hexes and some silver holographic, very, very fine micro glitter. So here's 1 coat. And this is a jelly base, so it's pretty sheer on the first coat. The glitter does come out of here pretty evenly though, and the formula is really good. It doesn't want to run anywhere like some Crelly based ones can do. It stays where you put it. It's fairly easy to apply, it just takes a little bit of manipulation for those larger glitters. So here's 2 coats. So this one gets a lot darker on the second coat, but it still has some lighter spots. So I'm going to do a third so that jelly base is like as dark as possible. The purple hex glitters that are in here are curling a little bit, so they're going to stick up farther than like a normal hex glitter that size would. So you're definitely going to want top coat because they can snag on stuff and they can end up sticking up pretty far. Because like I said, they're starting to curl up a little bit. So here is 3 coats. So this one almost covered completely in 2, but I just had some light spots through that black jelly base that I couldn't seem to get rid of without an extra coat. And you definitely want top coat on this one because it is going to be very textured, because at least in my bottle, the purple hex glitters that are in there are starting to curl, so they stick up farther than a regular glitter would. So there is 3 coats of Fright This Way. The next polish is called Turning Point, and this is a silver holographic micro glitter in a baby pink base. So here is 1 coat. And this glitter distributes pretty nicely for just 1 coat, and for being a micro glitter, it's definitely going to need at least 1 more. This applies great. It's not too thick at all, and a lot of times when you get polishes like this, they can be too thick. So here's 2 coats. So there is so much glitter and sparkle and like holographic reflection going on in this that I really don't think you need a third coat, because all of that busyness really distracts from any nail line that you might be able to see. I actually can't pick any out, but I can't see how there couldn't be some in there somewhere with 2 coats, but it distracts from it so well I don't think you need a third coat. And this is going to dry very textured, so you definitely want a top coat. And without a peel-off base coat or anything like that, it is going to be difficult to remove. So there is 2 coats of Turning Point. And the last polish is called Flake Me Home Tonight, and this is the same finish as KBShimmer's Birthstone polishes, which were amazing, by the way. But this is kind of a mint greeny blue kind of base with those silver flakies and that holographic, and this has so much sparkle to it. If you're not familiar with the Birthstone polishes, the sparkle and the holographic effect and everything on this type of polish is incredible. So here is 1 coat. And this one is pretty sheer on that first coat. It is going to need at least 1 more, but these usually build up on their own in 2. Great formula on this one. No issues there. Really easy to apply, really easy to control. Doesn't flood or build up anywhere. So here's 2 coats. This one it covers completely in 2. I feel like there have to be some lighter spots in there, just like I did with the glitter, but there's so much sparkle that I can't find them. So it covers completely in 2. These flakies will lay nice and flat on the nail, and they won't stick to the nail like a glitter does, but because they are so light, they tend to make a mess on removal, and they'll stick to the skin around the nail. So there is 2 coats of Flake Me Home Tonight. So I have 3 favorites in this collection. They are all Crellies actually, which surprises me because I thought I was kind of getting over Crellies. But the first one is Tears of Joy. I love the mix of the light pink glitter in the nude base. For me, those seem like colors that should clash in a polish, but they look really, really good in here. So I really like that one. I really, really like Sage It Ain't So for the same reason. That light lavender glitter in that green base just doesn't seem like it should work, but it works really, really well. And Sweet Devotion, which I know is supposed to look like Halloween candy wrappers, and it looks exactly like that. I didn't think that I would ever be impressed with a white Crelly again, because there's so many of them, and like every combination has been done, but I loved this one. Loved it. So those 3 are my favorites. So that is the KBShimmer Fall 2016 collection. Again, those are releasing on August 19th. I will link the website down below where you guys can check those out. Hope you enjoyed this one, and I will talk to you later.